Well, we're really excited, and we're honored to have with us Dave Frey from Sidewalk Prophets. Dave, thanks for being with us and spending a few minutes with us.
I'm honored to be with you guys. It's going to be a great day. I know it will be.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to having you here in Syracuse on Thursday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. at Inspiration Hall. I think it's going to be a great show. We're really excited to have Sidewalk Prophets here in Syracuse. But before we get to that, tell me a little bit about the history of Sidewalk Prophets. I mean, a lot of people might know you, after you were on the label and started getting nominated and winning Dove Awards. But you guys have been making music for quite a while before then. How did the band come about, and how did you guys start?
We started in Anderson, Indiana, at a little college there, Anderson University. My buddy Ben and I, it was about 15 years ago. It was October of 2001, and I was sitting there playing video games. I was an English ed major, and he overheard that I could sing, and so he came into my room and said, "Hey, your roommate says you can sing," and I put my controller down, and we decided to we hung like a microphone from the ceiling and gathered around it, and we wrote songs and sang and had like friends come into our dorm room and, act like it was like a storyteller's moment. And it was just a lot of fun. And to be honest, a friend of ours took those really rough recordings to the student-led record label. They just started this student-led record label there, and it was a really fun thing. And we ended up being the first band. We had to, do this competition and won, and God just continued to show me that this was more than just a hobby. And so as we continued on, we decided, after I graduated, I had an English degree in hand, but, I was like, man, we could, move down to Nashville, chase a dream. And even though we only moved the two of us, we, our other band members stayed back, but we had the desire, the passion, and moved down there, put an ad on Craigslist, and here in Nashville 9 years ago, and found our bass player and our drummer of 9 years there on Craigslist, and God just kind of brought all of us together. And by the grace of God, one of the record companies, Word Records, they sent an A&R lady to talk at Belmont University, where our bass player was attending, and he ended up giving her just some of our early recordings and early EPs, and she took a chance on us. She asked if we could play, and we decided. Ben's wife was working at a school here in town, and we decided to make a end of the year concert for the school that the record label could attend. And I still attest to this day that it was the kindergartners that got us our record deal. Kindergartners went crazy, and we just had an incredible night, incredible day that day. Just a fun concert, and the next day the record company called us and asked if we would like to join them, and the rest is where we pick up.
Wow.
We've been so blessed, and I feel like it was a long and hard journey, but I know that God was closing the right doors, kicking them shut sometimes, and then kicking other ones open for us, just as we trusted and had faith. That's really why we're here.
Yeah, and the music that you guys make, I mean, the lyrics are very powerful, and they really seem to speak from a very personal place, and they touch a lot of the people who hear the songs and have really had a profound impact. Where do the ideas for the lyrics, for the songs come from? Where is the inspiration for what you guys put together?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite questions to answer because, I love songwriting. It's in my blood. I love reading books, and so there's a lot of books that I read and I get inspired by. But when we sit down to write a song, we always have the Bible in the room because a lot of the best lyrics are already there, of course. But also, maybe a verse has been speaking to our hearts, and really the best ideas for songs, the place that most of them come from, is when we just sat down with, my buddy Ben and I write all the songs, but we usually have another writer in the room, and we'll sit down and we'll just talk. We'll just ask, what's going on in life? What is it that's, God's telling you, or, what's impacting you right now? And from those conversations, sometimes those conversations, will last 30 minutes, but often they last hours. And so even before we put pen to paper, we just think and open up and talk. And I think a lot of times, you can go searching on the internet for inspiration, or you can, watch TV or read books, but sometimes inspiration is just talking about life, and so I think that honestly, a lot of our songs come from that, just the conversation before we even put pen to paper. So
that's great. Well, you've definitely been on tour with a lot of very well-known Christian musicians like Audio Adrenaline and Jeremy Camp, who we're bringing back to Syracuse in November actually. So we're gonna see him in a couple of months, November 11th. And obviously, being on tour, there's an entertainment factor. People are coming to hear the music and see a show and see a concert. But even in that, you guys seem to be just a little bit different. I mean, during the big family room tour last year, I mean, you guys were out greeting people, walking them to their seats and stuff like that. When you guys approach a concert and when you approach preparing for a concert or preparing for a tour, knowing that there is an entertainment factor involved, what do you guys see as, the main goal for the concert, for each show?
That's a great question. I think each concert, each season has a different goal, and but always the theme that runs throughout our band is we want to be a band of the people, band that people can feel comfortable with and around, and just realize that we're just going through the same things you are. A lot of people. I heard my buddy Ben put it pretty well. He said, there's like this false wall that's between the stage and the audience, and really, I mean, with our family room tour, we just wanted to knock that wall down. And with this Prodigal Tour, we want people to know that, hey, that same band that hopefully knocked that wall down, invited you in their family room. We want to say, hey, this is going to be a really unique and exciting thing. Not only can we knock the wall down and you guys be a part of this band, but we're going to do some incredible things together. And I'm really excited for this next tour because we kind of filmed a little short film to go along with it, and the power of story meets movies meets music, and I really do think it's going to be like a concert experience like I've never experienced before. So I'm really excited to working on that, just getting the creativity out. And I think people are going to be, walk away, hopefully changed and realizing that not only is entertainment's great, but when you can combine entertainment and joy and excitement with a real message about the love of Jesus and how powerful it is, people really can be drawn in and changed, especially those that haven't known the name of Jesus. So we're excited. We hope that people invite the friends that are unchurched to the concert, and we think we got something up our sleeves and a whole lot of fun planned for the night.
That's great. Yeah, so the Prodigal Tour is kicking off soon, and we're lucky because we get to be one of the first stops on the tour, and you guys have put out a lot of stuff on social media about the Prodigal Tour, and you mentioned it a little bit there. I know you want to keep some of the stuff under wraps for the actual show, but what more can you tell us? How is it different? What makes it different, this particular tour, different than, like a normal run-in-the-mill concert?
Well, I think the key is the story. We when we filmed our little short film, we focus on the prodigal, not only the song, not only the Bible passage, but the actual frivolous living that we often do, and those little things. And we approached it from a way that, from the perspective of all those stories that you see, with some of the greatest movies that you love, and we have a lot of adventure in it, and so we're going to interweave a storyline throughout the night. So it's going to be more than just music. Of course, we'll have plenty of music, and that's why you come to a concert often. But I think the storyline is really it's going to feel like you went on an adventure. That's our great hope. I guess that's the easiest way to say it. We want people to feel like they were in it, a part of it, that they went on an adventure together with us, and so that's our great hope, that you walk away feeling like you were transported somewhere, and then you can come back and realize how deeply loved that you are. So.
That's great. You held a live Facebook event recently to announce the Prodigal Tour. And if anyone missed it, you can always go back to Facebook, facebook.com/Sidewalk Prophets, and watch it. It's all posted there, and it's all there. We also reposted it on our Facebook page, too, facebook.com/CNY Crossroads. So during that live event, you mentioned the Mocha Club. What is the Mocha Club, and how did you get involved with them?
Yeah, Mocha Club is sponsoring our tour, and they are such an incredible ministry. They believe that for the price of a few mochas, you can change the world. Everybody goes to the Starbucks these days. I do, and Starbucks or whatever your local coffee shop is. Coffee used to be like $1.50, and now it's like $5 for a latte or whatever it is.
If you're lucky, it's $5.
It's real lucky. That's right. So, they believe that, like, I think it's $15 a month, and what it does, it really it focuses on. They're all over the world. Mocha Club is, and they have their hands and feet of Jesus going out right now, as we're talking. And I love them because we were blessed. We got to travel to Africa with a different ministry. It was a great ministry as well, but we met this amazing woman named Sister Alvera working at an orphanage, and we saw exactly what she needed. We looked at the beds that the kids had, and they were just planks. They weren't even beds. That we looked at their shoes. We saw there in Africa exactly what they needed, and so we were like, what can we do? How can we change it? And when we got to the Mocha Club, they make relationships with people in those places, with people like Sister Alvera, who wakes up every morning with 30 to 40 orphans to take care of. And so when we were on this tour, we're going to be focusing on her. They build wells for clean water, of course, but we're focusing on this ministry, this amazing woman who wakes up every day to take care of these kids and what she needs to let the love of Jesus be felt in Africa. You couldn't believe the joy these kids had with the kids had almost next to nothing, and Sister Alvera is getting by as best she can, but we're going to provide her with beds, with not just food, but seeds. They have a little garden where they're trying to grow their own vegetables and fruits, and it's amazing to look around the orphanage and see the great need, but also see the great joy in the little that they do have and the excitement that they have for the future. And so for me, it's a very personal ministry where we're helping this woman out, we're helping these kids out, and of course that's going to extend out into the community after these kids find, and she is such an amazing woman of God. I wish everybody could meet her. But yeah, I love Mocha Club for that. They said, hey, what affects you in your heart? And we're like, we went to Africa, we saw what these kids are dealing with, and they love Jesus so much, they need a little bit here, they need a little bit there. And so I'm so grateful for Mocha Club, just saying, hey, we're gonna work with them because they're doing the Lord's work right there. And so it's so cool.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys, Sidewalk Prophets, here in Syracuse, Thursday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. for the Prodigal Tour at Inspiration Hall. We're going to hear more about you. We're going to hear your music. We're going to hear more about Mocha Club. It's going to be a unique, once-in-a-lifetime experience that really is not to be missed. And so we're really looking forward to it. We've already mentioned your Facebook page, facebook.com/Sidewalk Prophets. How else can people follow you online?
Going to Twitter, SW Prophets. And then on our Instagram is also SW Prophets as well. And, website's the easiest jumping point for all those things. Facebook, Sidewalk Prophets. But, you can follow us and the excitement that's about to come here in this fall. And we cannot wait to get back to Syracuse. I really do love upstate New York. I love Syracuse. I love the excitement that we don't get to New York enough. And so I'm really excited to be starting things off right there, and we're going to be working real hard to execute and get excited and make this a night not to be missed and not to be forgotten. So,
thanks a lot, Dave. We appreciate it. We'll see you real soon.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.